Any ads heard during this episode that are not in our voice are placed by third-party agencies. They should not be considered the opinion of or to be endorsed by Hoosier Myths and Legends.
Welcome to another episode of the Hoosier Myths and Legends podcast.
I'm Rebecca Wilhelm.
I'm Mary Quigley.
And I'm Hope Wilhelm.
Join us as we dive into the spookier side of the Hoosier state.
So what comes to your mind when you think of Indiana? Do you think of corn? Do you think of basketball? Do you think of the Indianapolis 500? Maybe you think of famous celebrities who were born in Indiana, like John Mellencamp or Michael Jackson.
But as the saying goes, there is more than corn in Indiana. 92 counties make up the Hoosier state. In this podcast, we are going to discuss some Indiana folklore from each of these counties. If you are into tall tales, ghosts, or spooky legends, then this is a podcast you are not going to want to miss.
Thanks for joining in for another special episode of the Hoosier Myths and Legends podcast. As always, I'm Rebecca Wilhelm.
And I'm Mary Quigley. This is another episode of our On the Road series. Today, we're taking you to Ojai Valley, California, which is a small town 14 miles from Ventura, California.
Picture this. You're driving down Creek Road, a winding stretch that cuts through groves of eucalyptus and old oak trees. It's late. The air feels heavy. Your headlights catch something moving just beyond the brush. So you slow down, and then you smell it. Burnt flesh. A figure lurches out from the trees. Its skin is blackened, bandages flap in the wind, and you hit the gas and you don't look back. Today, we're diving into one of California's most terrifying legends. Who is the Char Man? Where did he come from? And why do so many people swear that they've seen him out on that lonely haunted road? So lock your doors, grab your coffee, and get comfortable. This one's going to get hot because some say even if you get away, the Char Man never really stops following you.
Okay, before we get too deep into the burnt bandages and haunted roads, can I just say how much I've always wanted to go to California?
Yes. Honestly, the weather out there, the ocean, and of course, the ghost stories, it's almost like a spooky paradise.
Except this one's a little too hot to handle, literally.
Right? So, Mary, when you sent this to me, the Char Man legend is wild. There are a few different versions, and we're going to break them down for you one by one today.
Some of them are sad, some of them are horrifying, and some sound like pure campfire story gold.
So let's start with the one that might have the most historical connection. And this story takes us back to 1948, and of course, it begins with a fire.
In 1948, a fire broke out in the Ojai Valley. Now, the exact details are fuzzy. There aren't any confirmed news articles about this fire, but locals claim it happened near Creek Road, where the Char Man legend is rooted.
Now, according to this version, a man and his elderly father were living together in a cabin in the woods. When the fire came through, the cabin caught fast, and those two were trapped inside.
Here's where it gets dark. Some versions say the son had already killed his father before the fire even started. And when help arrived, they found the body, but no sign of the killer.
Now, the story goes that this disfigured man fled out into the woods, becoming a burned and bandaged figure, driven mad by pain and grief. And that's when the sightings began.
People say he lurks in the trees near Creek Road.
Hiding.
Watching.
And he'll come for you, bandages and all.
We'll be right back with more twisted versions of the Char Man legend. This is just the beginning. Are you an Indiana small business owner looking to reach a wider audience?
Consider partnering with the Hoosier Myths and Legends podcast directly to advertise your business.
Our listeners are passionate, engaged, and love supporting local businesses just like yours. By advertising with us, you'll connect directly with a community that values what Indiana has to offer.
Promote your business with the Hoosier Myths and Legends podcast and watch your customer base grow. Ready to make your mark? Contact us today at HoosierMythsandLegends@gmail.com and let's bring your business to the forefront.
We're back.
Now, the version of the story about the man and his father is chilling enough, but it's not the only tale people tell about the Char Man.
So we have found another one that's a little more heartbreaking. And it still starts with a fire because, of course, it does. But this time, it's a husband and wife trapped inside their home.
Some say they lived in a little cabin just off Creek Road. It was quiet, tucked away in the trees, until one night a fire broke out and spread fast. The husband tried to get them out, but it was too late.
Now, the wife didn't make it. When firefighters arrived, they found the husband wandering outside, burned beyond recognition, his clothes and skin blackened and completely out of his mind.
Here's where it gets creepy. They say he was so far gone with grief and trauma that he slipped away from the scene before authorities could get him any help. Just disappeared into the woods.
Now, what's so eerie about this is no body was ever officially recovered. There's no name, no confirmed death, just this half-whispered local story of a man who survived but became something else entirely.
From then on, drivers on Creek Road started reporting strange sightings. A charred figure hiding near the trees, watching, never speaking, just lurking.
One report claims someone saw him kneeling near the road, almost looking like he was in mourning, not stalking. But when the driver slowed down, he looked up. His face was burned, his eyes were wild, and these bandages were still wrapped tight around what was left of his head.
So is this the grieving husband still looking for his wife, or something more sinister?
Well, either way, Creek Road's not somewhere that I'd want to break down after dark.
We'll get into that after this short break. Don't go anywhere unless it's away from Creek Road. Hey listeners, in case you didn't know, we wrote a book. Haunted Dearborn County, Indiana is now available at all major retailers. Strange and unusual things lurk behind the calm facade of Dearborn County.
Several legends surround the Hill Forest Mansion, the home of one of Aurora's founding families.
Many have seen the ghost of a farmer and his mule at Carnegie Hall in Morse Hill.
The glowing grave at Riverview Cemetery may connect to the 1941 Agru family massacre.
St. Mary's Church Rectory is said to be haunted by the former priest, and the spirits at Whiskey's in Lawrenceburg are not just in the drinks.
Several schools in the area echo with the sounds of former students and staff, and numerous local residences house the spirits of former owners who have never left.
Join Rebecca and I on a chilling tour from Lawrenceburg to Lawrenceville and beyond. Check out HoosierMythsandLegends.com for more details.
All right, Mary, so we've had this grieving husband, a murderous son, and more fire than Smokey the Bear can handle.
Seriously, if these stories have one thing in common besides the trauma, it's that fire turns people into legends in the creepiest ways.
So one of the things that really stands out for me is that this Char Man legend just grew weirder with every decade.
Yeah, and the last version is honestly my favorite because it's such a mashup of folklore, fear, and maybe even teenage stupidity.
Now this version goes like this. Back in the day, and they're thinking maybe the 60s or the 70s, teenagers would drive down Creek Road on dares, looking for the Char Man.
And of course, in true urban legend fashion, someone came up with a prank to make it all worse. They'd have one friend hide in the bushes in burned up clothes and bandages, then leap out at cars.
And apparently it worked too well. Drivers swore they saw something terrifying, but when they stopped, of course, there was no one there, which begs the question, were all of them just victims of a prank?
Or did they actually stir up something real?
There's a theory that the prank accidentally summoned the real Char Man or created him out of the energy and fear that people were putting into this story.
That's really creepy.
Exactly, because no matter which version you believe, people are still reporting sightings, still smelling burning flesh, and still see someone or something out on Creek Road.
And here's the kicker. Char Man isn't even the only spooky thing reported out there.
Yeah, according to the Weird California website, Creek Road has been called one of the most haunted places in Ventura County. People have reported all kinds of supernatural happenings.
There's a lady in a long white dress, classic ghost move, who's been seen walking down the road at night.
Now, some say she's weeping. Others say that she's just, watching. But either way, I don't want to meet her in a blind curve.
There's also talk of ghostly apparitions in the trees, phantom lights, strange cold spots, even missing time for people who drove the road at night.
Now, one story mentions cars suddenly stalling or lights flickering, your typical haunted road behavior. But if you're stuck out on Creek Road, it's not just an inconvenience, it's an invitation.
So listeners, if you're ever driving near Ojai and think it might be fun to cruise down Creek Road at night, maybe think twice.
Especially if you start to smell something burning.
Have you ever had an experience with the Char Man? Are you familiar with the legends about it? We would love to hear about it. Please send us an email to HoosierMythsAndLegends@gmail.com or reach out to us on social media. We may use it in a later episode. In the email, let us know if you wish to remain anonymous.
To see our source material, please visit our website, HoosierMythsAndLegends.com. Hoosier Myths and Legends is a Quigley Productions podcast.
Our theme song was written and recorded by Wet Blanket. The song title is Taxidermy Race Car.
As always, stay spooky.